Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here. Abyss number 8. Cycle 8. Let's go! It is warm. Can almost feel the heat emanating off of Abyss, even though we haven't got there yet. Now, if I remember rightly, I had to rooftop to get here to make sure I saved it in time. Yeah. Come on now. Right, so taking stock of our situation, we have a quiver. We've started using some of our hands of gods. We're full on freezes, but ideally I don't want to use those. So it's going to be hand of gods all the way. And it depends on how things go, but I may start using those before we get in the pit. See how it looks. Hello, Dave. Right. So yeah, we're gonna have to go back here. Oh, that's a good start. Bad. Hey. No, that's fair enough. No, as I said, Norb, you get on that when you get chance. I'm just interested to see how others take it and make sure, because I always wonder when I get into a game whether I'm just being a bit of a hype merchant on it. It's nice to have confirmation. Hello, Beanie. Shouldn't you be streaming? This is very lazy. Hello, LG. So, as I've said, we're going to be taking things super seriously tonight because we have armor. So, no messing about, straight from the start. Who's... maybe. I'll be honest, I've changed things around with how I've done the streams where we're doing giveaways, and I just haven't changed them back. So I was kind of hoping I'd be able to bring that incubi. Now, this is a really weird way to approach this bit of the level, doing it backwards, and it's not ideal either. So, what's going on with the tracking? I need to just replace this bloody controller. So, I think we'll go up there. Try that again. Take these guys. Can't be seen by anything from behind, so we're good. Yeah, I mean, why do it backwards? It's a valid shout, but I probably have more risk trying to get back to a point where I can do it forward than I would be just taking it out. Plus, everyone can go, oh yeah, that was much harder. To be fair, that is true of most of them, but that's also true if you've practiced playing them backwards. I can't remember the last time I did this section backwards. I've been playing, I was chatting with Beanie in his stream earlier, and I've been, oh, that's above us. Let's get inside. Let's get inside. Let's get one of them down. That was silly. Yeah, it's a true enough statement. A lot of the setups are easier to tackle backwards. But yeah, I feel you on Fletcher. I've been... Oh, that fat shot. I've been practicing a specific way of playing Fletcher. And I was doing it today, and I thought, yeah, that'd be a good warm-up. And, well, we'll see. See if it ruins my game. You're not wrong. Battery, the real enemy at cycle 20. Look at that guy chilling out just there. Lovely setup. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, people thought that you spread it out over your run over the course of 4 months. It's not like he can, he has to, just so the battery stays in. Let's do... Oh, we got someone's attention. Ah. Well, that gets the problem one out of the way, so let's go down here. There's a new problem. Monk may go to the end of the corridor, which is fine. See, oh no, stealthy slippers. Plus 10 to sneak. To be fair, I don't think archers make a sound anyway. Hello, Sean. Yeah, I mean, the long cable is a shout, but I don't know about you guys. It's like, it's one of the things I probably don't mention enough is everything that I do channel-wise, the focus for me is always 100% on, unless specified otherwise, Quest 2. Yes. Do that later. Yeah, there's at those later levels when you're managing multiple enemies. I mean, even at the earlier levels when you're spinning around on the spot trying to find out where that Cupid is. Risky stuff. You can have your fucking eye out. Well, it'd probably be difficult. Take your face off. I've had many AVR faffs into boxes and various assorted furniture, various bits and pieces. Punched plenty of things in my early days. I think we did a fair bit of this, you know. Yeah, ASMR, Silver Tongue Devil. It's one of the things that I'm actually looking forward to on the Saturday stream that I'm planning. For those of you who haven't seen, I'm looking at starting a profile run from 0%. It's actually an amazing little challenge as well. I remember playing that a long time ago, and it didn't feel like work at any stage. As I was going, it was just a joy to play, and it was headshot, headshot, headshot noises, and click, 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 clicks. Don't hear those clicks. Yeah, it's not nice. Hey, hopefully I will find that niche on Saturday. And yeah, it does happen. Look at guys like that. Just, yeah, why don't you just clip through the battlements like they're not even there? I'm gonna drown you in clicks. Oh, look at this, another quiver. So might as well start going ham on hog. Let's fire these straight, that'd be great. Come on. Come on. Sorry, say that again. Did you say you've got 1.5 volt batteries? Or you're testing some? This isn't good. I'd like to be able to have a line on this guy, you know? Come on, where's that headshot? He's angled ever so slightly in the wrong bloody place. Let's get him dealt with, and I'll deal with his minions in a minute. This is being very lazy, but we can afford to be lazy because we haven't got the quivers. If the thing with 1.5 volt batteries, and again, I haven't got stocks and shares in them, that's not the reason why I'm promoting them, although maybe I should, is 1.5 volt is what the actual manual. Yeah, I would, if they are batteries specifically for, and most importantly rechargeable, i.e. ones that you're going to be using a lot, I would recommend 1.5s. The funny thing is, although the manual specifically says, if you check the Oculus box, specifically says 1.5 volt batteries, that's what these controllers are designed to work with. Obviously 1.2s will work fine. The one thing that is quite weird is the behavior. Okay. And you didn't try and didn't change. You didn't change anything else about your setup, I assume, Camille? Oof. Yeah, 1.5 rechargeables are definitely the way. The one big behavioral distance I noticed... Oh, those should have been headshots. The one big behavioral distance I noticed... Hello, Mr. Courtier. Oh. And hello, TTTV. No, that's cool. At least then you can be sure that it's that's had a an effect. So one of the things that I noticed... Oh, that was rubbish. Oh, that was much better. Yeah, stay there, stay there. Lovely. One of the things that I noticed... Damn. Oh yeah, you can go down there as well. So one of the things that I noticed with 1.5 volt batteries was the empty behavior changes. So whereas, and let this be a warning to anybody who gets 1.5 volts, they will just literally go from full percent to nothing. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's... I think the actual come with 1.5s in the boxes. Where did those dudes go? But yeah, the charging behavior, or recharging behavior, or empty behavior is definitely a thing. So what I find with my batteries is previously I used to get some sort of warning. Now I don't. Yeah. Yeah, they're done. Oh right, oh with 1.2s. That's a bit silly. I'll have to have a look, see which ones I got. The ones that I've had have been very reliable. Oh, Lord, somewhere really far away. Follow me. I mean, they are on, or they were on Amazon last time I checked. Yeah, as far as lighting for myself is concerned, I have my big light on. Oh, that was one hell of a headshot. Bit lucky. There we go. Yeah, I try and change mine between streams so that I don't have to do an active reload on my batteries. But yeah, as far as lighting is concerned, one of the other things that I would comment on as well, because I have one and I've never really done it, is a IR caster. Yeah, definitely have a look. I mean, I picked mine up on Amazon. What I'll do, Camille, is I'll, if I remember, if you remind me, I'll chuck you the link that I used. Because, you know, what better to use than some that someone's already using. I got stuck in the company. No, I haven't really. But, yeah, I'll chuck you the link, or I might even put it in the comments. One of the other things as far as lighting is concerned, for those of you that are struggling, IR casters. So what they are is something that you would use in combination with like a security camera, and a security camera will only pick up IR light, so that it basically allows them to, in essence, have security cameras with night vision cheaper than what actual night vision works, in that instead of it working like night vision, it just detects one spectrum very well, in it being IR. Or infrared. And a caster, what that will do is you would buy one of these casters to put next to a camera so that it isn't visibly giving off light but will illuminate an area, usually like a spotlight within the camera's radius, and then the camera takes up on that. Now, that's how the Quest tracks light or registers light. So in theory, and I've done this as well, but you'd need more than one, you could set up, say, an IR caster in your back garden and have that angled towards where you're planning on playing if you have a decent space. And there you go. But what you also get with using an IR caster is you can be completely in the actual dark playing, because IR isn't visible to the human eye. And it's also quite cool in that you're completely in the dark, but if you double tap on the side of the headset and enter the pass-through mode, you actually then basically have a grayscale night vision, which is very cool. But yeah, you would want to get, I looked into this a long time ago, and I would imagine there are better ones now, because things are always innovative or innovated. Let's take one of these quivers in with us. Don't want to come up shy. It was over there, and we've got one in and one on. Let's have that in there. Not that I think we'll need it, but just in case. Oh, look at that, and we've got another one for when we come out. Lovely, we'll face this way. But yeah, so you can play in the dark. You hear all these rumors of people, you know, oh, don't take your Quest outside because... And to be fair, you shouldn't, because it is risky. But if you know how it works, it isn't that risky. Yes, that one, the thing about the walls, that one I remember hearing, but I wouldn't be able to tell you where I heard it or whether it's actually a thing. I mean, it makes sense that, you know, something like this that is tracking positioning, if you can give it clear and defined things to track, then it may work better. I think we might be all right on the... Yeah, I think the orphan's at the nice spot, which is good. I think, yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah, she's bottom left. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. So we know she's going to be down there, and she's right tucked into the corner. I might, but this is a bit risky, might be able to lure one of the knights up. Right, I lured something up. A little bit more risk. And obviously I am coiled like a viper, ready to spring if I fuck this up. There's one. Although he doesn't know where the arrow came from, so it's not going to help him. Never mind. Can we get one visually, maybe? I'd rather only have one to deal with. Hello. Oh, there you go. That's probably a much better shout. Let's not let that happen. And because this is a particularly risky area, I'm going to end this as quickly as I can. There we go. Yeah. Doing live streams is always a good shout. However, just like any sane person, I would not do live streams if you aren't practiced in it when the pressure's on. So I would maybe do a live stream or two first before you show us the high points of your streams, of just maybe some messing about, or just playing through, or I don't know, starting a crossbow, or having a look at Purist or something along those lines. And it's just hello, Mr. Dog. Right, let's sit on this one. That's not in my vision. So one of the things that I do think happens is a lot of these monks start getting, I mean, so you know how we're always talking about things have to enter your vision. I think higher cycles wise, some start breaking that rule, which is why I don't think it's as much a restriction as it may be. But again, only Beanie would be able to answer this one. But it might be an actual development choice. I'm not... No, I couldn't mess around with you, couldn't I? Because I've cleared a lot of the monks. Should be doing this from up here, really. Slow you down. Try and get a headshot or two. Just cost myself my armor. No! Dicking about. So that wasn't so much dicking about. That was as much about trying to fish extra points out of this as possible. God, I never get hit by incubi fireballs. What's going on? It's alright though, because we'll get rewarded with a holy armor at the end of this one. But losing a holy armor here isn't too bad, because that's actually pretty good value on the old life front, because that's in essence saved us 3 blocks of health, although doesn't that feel like a bit of a bloody waste. Or again. Right, so now that I've created the opportunity, got no reason not to. What I was trying to do earlier was this shot, because it's worth about 2,500 points per one, and you can get a good view. All right, 2. And so here's another great reason as to why we wait till right at the end to pick up things. So if I'd have picked up that holy armor now, there's still a blood here. So if I'd have picked up that holy armor, we are trying to keep hold of our holy armors. But if I'd have picked up that holy armor, proceeded to then lose it, and just take 1 hit, we wouldn't actually be able to make use of the blood of the lamb. Did I even? I don't think I tried to put my shield up, did I? If I did, that was a deep, dark, primordial instinct kicking in. But yes, you cannot block those. But the problem is, they're usually such a tiny hitbox. They can, like, go almost into you. Oh yeah, I've tried to block ghosts. That's the best one. It's a good score for somebody who's cycle 1. The thing is, for me to say that is then comparing you to others, and oh dear. Bye-bye. So that was definitely a no-go. So somebody's been playing it a bit, and I'll read that properly in a second. I mean, we might as well use these to keep it long. I thought that was another one. So yeah, my point on the holy armor, I'll go back and read that question in a minute. But I think it was, if it was along the lines of what's a decent score for Purgatory 1 from somebody who is not fully accomplished achievements, but knows this, but you know, has a decent understanding of the game mechanics and the philosophies behind scoring, I'd say 200k. Yep, I'd say Sean's got the right of it there. And then you should be taking 120 to 130 out of the pit. But yeah, the other thing that I would say as well is use that as a milestone to get to. The fact of the matter is, survival is more important for you. Yeah, use that as a guide, but not as a... Because you can get higher than that, but it takes a very long time. You should be able to do Purgatory in about, I don't know, at cycle 1 if you play in, well, I suppose I'm a little faster. About half an hour to do the pit, and then, or 20 minutes to do the pit, and then maybe half an hour? Half an hour to do the pit, I would have said. Oof, getting risky. Headshots is always more preferable and a lot less risky. Oh, stop it. I suppose it's more worth more points. Oh, left that late. Shouldn't have got that off. I mean, good example here of what I was prattling on about. See what I've done there, gangs? I've constructed the scenario that I was talking about. So yeah, again, I have taken another silly hit. That was completely avoidable if I'd have just backed off. But I pushed the envelope a little bit on the on that last shot. Now, you know how we said we were getting serious tonight? Okay, right. It's still all good, because that holy armor does a lot of work for us. So, this is a bad situation that I've put myself in by... Listen to the chat. Right. Yeah, that was very quiet of him. Good man. I like it. Let's... But we're fine. We're fine. Cheers, LG. Right, pit cleared. Now, the reason why I took those 2 hits on purpose was so that I could extenuate the point that I'm about to make. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Yeah, it is only cycle 8, so it's not too bad. That right there, though, okay, 3 hits in the pit. Cycle 13, that's dead. Or that's me using my my grace of God. So, yeah, I know. Well, to be fair, the knight did get the jump on me completely. I was looking at something else. So, again, not using slow-mo enough, not IDU glancing enough, that would have all saved me. It's back to Sean's question. You know all these things that you say, why don't you do them? So, this is why I didn't pick up the holy armor. If I'd have had a holy armor already, if I'd have had one, I might have grabbed it straight away just to keep things speedier and more efficient. Because I haven't picked the holy armor up, I'm leaving here with a holy armor, which puts me in a very nice state of play. The other reason why in this situation I wouldn't pick it up is it's talk to Beanie, because it is a simple skip into lava and holy armor is gone. It's another reason why I would always get it as a standard operating procedure to pick the holy armors up at the very last thing you do, or you go back for them, or something along those lines. Right. So, but the other thing is we're not in a terrible situation. Just gonna have to slow down a bit and do some more have to do some more slow timing. Can you tell I was playing Fletcher earlier? The ones in the level are the bad ones. Hey, the amount of times that I've gone into it by accident and on purpose. Or, well, no, you never go into it on purpose. There we go. It's like it never happened. No, you are quite right. I should have waited for the night. It'll take me a few minutes to get into the swing of things. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I was, as I was trying to push Beanie into doing earlier, I was playing Fletcher in a different way. Yes, these 1.5 volt batteries, fucking shit, mate. So they cause so many problems. Nights with no footsteps, all sorts. So what I was doing today was I was playing, and it's something that I'd like to show off because I think it's, well, I enjoy it a lot, and I always like showing off what I enjoy. Is Fletcher in an assassination style. No, yeah, well, the thing is, I'm training it just like anybody else would do. So, hey, everyone's got to have their unique selling points, right? Mine's I talk too much and listen too much. And it has a negative effect on my gameplay for now. Yeah, so the style that I'm looking at working on. Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. I genuinely want others to try, just so that I got somebody to talk to about it and go, I know, right? Yeah, you know, right? I don't know, it's getting to the point now where it's starting to become second nature. It's part of the reason why you'll hear me like be mid-flow of something and then pause, because I've got a very boring woman reading out what you guys are saying to me. Yeah, so this Fletcher assassination-y thing is like a bit of a mishmash of the different things that I've heard. See, I know you stay focused, Tom, but if I use slow motion, it's fine at this stage, I think. I'm just not abusing it enough. My own problems. Yeah, so this assassination side of things that I'm working on at the moment with Fletcher is, so you know how when I was playing Fletcher last time and the shout was, why even bother with Paradise Lost? There's so little points there available for you anyway. Doing it as Fletcher, the vast majority of those shots aren't going to be body shots or special kills, not headshot ones. Yes. Yes, she is. So, yeah. Yes. Every time you type, it gives me the full name of the person that is speaking. So those of you with long names, God damn it! Can't you have just a name like Dave? Something easy. No, it's fine. Yeah, I get the full in-depth with Camille. I hear it so often that I can't even remember what it is. I'm sure I'll hear it again in a minute, though. But the other thing as well is the pronunciation sometimes, which is why occasionally you'll see me checking my phone. Because sometimes she'll say something and I'll be like, what? That's not how you say a name. Yeah, thanks. Why does it have to be Mishy who comes in and does this? You're supposed to be like a super serious YouTuber. Just messing around. It does, if that was Norb saying that, it does pretty well. It does say Norberton on beans. Again, a lot of the time I just try and concentrate on what's being said as opposed to the person that's saying it, but it's rammed down my throat as to who it is. So it's probably a good thing because you're all accountable. I remember. I totally don't remember. So what was I talking about? Oh yes, assassination Fletcher. So yeah, what I'm looking at doing with Fletcher at the moment, and it's what I did with my crossbow run recently, which knocked a certain somebody off of his little top spot, is going through and killing The orphan. Cheers, Beanie. Just talk over it now. So it's part of the so what I've been doing is kill the orphan in the level, go into the pit, kill the orphan in the pit, kill the boss, continue on to the next one, and literally just doing that way, because obviously you have to clear at least a percentage of the pit before you're allowed out. You'll get on average about 300k per cycle. So if you can get to cycle 5, you'll top the leaderboard. Just look, I mean, you guys are treating this like it's a new thing. I've been putting this in the chat for ages, how you guys, how the speech chat works, and how you guys need to be kind and courteous with me and take a break on my ears. It's like the whole STD thing all over again. It's like, these things are known, people, and only now you are capitalizing on it. I swear it's weird that it hasn't been done up until now. However, in true Silver Tongue Devil fashion, you are playing completely into my hands, and it's all part of an exploit. Which I will tell you after this guy tiptoes up on me. I need to get him before he falls off. There we go. And you. You're cool. And you. So, the exploit that it's all part of is one of the things that I've noticed, or an exploit I now think of. It's one of the things I've noticed with my streams. And bear with me, because I know it doesn't matter to you guys, and neither should it, if my videos do well, or if they do better, or anything along those lines. Yeah, well, he's not here, is he, Beanie? Oh, I tell you what, she started to run out of breath towards the end on that one. She's like, me. That was a good one. Well done. But yeah, part of the reason why it's a bit of a YouTube exploit, and I'm out. 2's a good result out of those lot. I'll stand here to try and hopefully get it to teleport in there and then deal with the incubi. But this is not cornering. I'm not close enough. They could attack through this, which is why I'm not taking any chances. Possibly, but I find that is a good point, Keith. But I find it's trying to kill everything is where things can. I don't know if those of you who's watching Beanie's stream earlier, a purist run is going fantastically, as Beanie will quite happily agree, until it's fucking not, and it's just, oh look, I've lost fucking 6 health. Fletcher's exactly the same. Couple of bad shots, and all of a sudden you are massively in the shit. I mean, I know a little Japanese, but nothing that would allow me to hold a conversation. Although, give it a blast. I'm sure she'll translate for me. I'm sure she'll just go, kanji text, kanji text, kanji text. But the one thing that I really like about this orphan assassination-y technique is there's quite a lot of things that I've found out about the game that you can do that have no use anywhere else. Well, yeah, the orphans are worth in any scenario early cycle, because you look at the scores on the leaderboard. Top scorers like me and Camille, and we're at like 1.2 on the crossbow. Arby, a Siege of Heaven player, I might add. So obviously he's putting his accuracy to bloody good use. He's at the top of the bow Fletcher board at the moment. He's doing very well for himself. The one thing that I like about doing it the way that I'm talking about. Okay, if you did type a character, I'm not looking at the screen at the moment, but if you did type a character, it literally did just say kanji text. But then these are the jokes that you can have on me at my expense at a moment's notice. Welcome to the stream. Come on, you guys watch this channel. You should be all about exploiting the system straight off the bat. Typing things in that are then read out to me, but then have double meaning, so I have to go, what? And check the screen. I'd be all over that. But, right, hang on. I need to go and have a look now. But yes, it's all part of my little hack. God, I thought that was a skull sneaking up on me then. Bloody winter's bite, getting all up in this. Right, let's just wait for this one to teleport in. I'll have a quick look now what's on slow time. Oh yeah, good one, Norb. I can see that you wrote kanji text. Ha ha. I'd like to hear the pronunciation of it though, it'd be quite good. Omoyowamu. Shinderu. Nani? I mean, I should know that because of what it's from and the fact that I love it. However, it's not the only bit of Japanese that I know. So yeah, the hack is one of the... See, that was a bit of a mistake, really. But we can make use of this corner to sort it out, and the worst they can do is teleport over there. It just means wasting one of these. I mean, is it a waste if I'm preserving life with it? Probably not. Steady on, fellas. I can see the tricks. Now, part of the reason why I had to back out of that is that Black Knight was in the animation where he cannot be broken out of it. You just have to back up in those situations. God, I can't even see through the blue. And out! It is a great sigil. You're such a cunt. See, this is one of the things that I was planning on setting up, actually, Beanie, is doing a stream where the aim of the game is for you guys to distract me. When I think, and it'll be a great test for me. But to be fair, I think the floodgates are already open now. So it'll be just one of the stream features. But yeah, one of the things that I've identified quite early on, because this is what I do, I break things, is the more concurrent watches I have, and that in combination with the this is being very lazy, but I've got to do this. In combination with the amount of messages that I get during a stream affects how much YouTube pushes my video afterwards. What? Black Knight behind me? Oh, I hear an orphan. Yeah, that's the most annoying one. Yeah, teleporting, abominations, close-up abominations, the ones that I always miss. That stupid little head turn that they do when they come around a corner. Gets me almost every time, which is why I then thought I'd seen it mentioned as well. Why have you guys only just figured this out now? But yeah. It's a shame that this game doesn't go up to one-hit deaths. What? Say it, whatever it was. Say it again. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, she's down the bottom. Okay. Oh, this one's a bad one, though, still. Don't like this one. But we can manage. But yeah, I could do a stream where the whole idea is you guys to distract me with your talky talks. When I think, and it needs to be done at the time when I'm like, I'm a master at this now. Nothing can faze me. I can play this game whilst people are constantly talking. And then you guys can just come in there and go, oh, can you now? Hello, Econ. Like, for instance, with what we were talking about, it pronounces Econ as echo. I mean, I don't think that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, yeah, I suppose you kind of are. And good job so far. Good job so far, chat. Well done. I like it. If you do things that you can do to a reasonable standard in a much harder environment that you would never need to, you'll get better. Why do I feel like there's a private conversation going on at my expense? Come on round. So we're still doing the whole being really careful game because we've got an armor in play at the moment and I would like to keep it. Now the orphan is down there on a little pedestal and there is a fuck ton of knights down there as well. So now this is probably one of the ones that I've tackled the least because I think this little configuration is probably one of the newest ones. So we're going to try and get what we can here. I'm going to keep them all nice and slow, just in case we get any surprises. Now, I know there might be more orphans and things wandering about, hence why, even though I've got a bubble down, which again is a bit lazy, but I'm keeping it nice and slow. This is me playing at my most, I suppose, serious. But the problem with doing this, as anybody that can get to the higher cycles will tell you, is chat in your ear fucking constantly. No, so anybody that can get to the higher cycles, they'll tell you that the more scenarios that you are lazy in, I didn't need to do that. I could have done something completely different. But the more scenarios you are lazy in, or, and this is just a learning thing, there is a skill deficiency, I suppose, in that you need to rely on your special arrows to tackle a certain situation. You'll slowly but surely drain your resources. Yeah, I have got a plan for that, Nob, but we shall see. You will slowly drain your resources, and then you will get to the point where you've in essence snookered yourself, because you will get to an Anakin and you won't have what you need to deal with him. Or you'll get to going into a pit and you won't have what you need to deal with it. Good man, that's what you do. Yep, well, you always save your armors all the way till the end. I think we can get her from here, and I don't think she'll scoop. But let's see. So let's pop one of those in there, and let's see if she'll stay in play just there and try and leave. Really? Really? That's just ridiculous. I'm going to have a word in a minute about that. That's terrible. So, you know how skulls are supposed to scream? It is really against me tonight. But did anybody hear a scream? I think I know why as well. I think it's because the sound files are not tied to the actual action and the sound files start. Oh, it's really annoying. Now, I heard the skull. But I thought it was below me. And oh yeah, I definitely screamed. They're supposed to scream before they blow up, which is what I was waiting for, because I wanted to concentrate on the orphan. But then the other thing as well, so I've used a lot of resources to take out an orphan. Now, in both of those scenarios, I've elected to because things have gone a little awry. But the more I do that, and especially if, as Travis put it last time I was streaming, if I'm not making use of resources that are on the board, then I'm making, like in the level, as he was referring to, then I'm making use of things that I don't have. And that is a surefire way of running out. So you'll hear me go like, oh, well, I can go hog on ham, which seems to have become my fucking catchphrase now. And basically that's because I know I have a quiver. I've got nothing else to do with it. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, I swear I had an armor a minute ago. I do wish they would change it, like give us some kind of sound effect, like a loud one, like the ching of the knight's shield, or like the ching of our shield when you bash something. It makes a proper ching. So the sound file is in the game, and they could put it on, they just don't. Yeah. Yeah, I've to the 2 seconds. To the point where, if we're talking about with skulls, they don't usually do that. They usually make their screaming animation, but I think it's because I was slow timing. But yeah, because of the fact that you don't get the sound cues for it, it always feels, or you don't get a good visual as well on it, because it always feels that is true. In fact, they did not so. Actually, no, it was quite a while ago. They changed the headshot noise, or rather, something affected the audio that meant that the crunchy, lovely headshot noise that we were all accustomed to changed. And yeah, everyone was up in uproar, and they changed that back pretty quickly. That was a while ago, though. I think that was season 2 to season 3. And at the start of the season, everyone was like, what the fuck you done to the headshot noise? It's one of the best things in the game. Put it back in as it was. They changed the tone just a little bit, and it just didn't sound as crunchy. But yeah, just put in the ching noise when you lose it would be lovely. Oh, and if I could get some slow time, like a Grace of God, that'd be great. Nope, that's another big concern, and the way that you can address that is, as long as you have one of the arrows on the board. But I'll keep on referring to it as on the board as well, because I think that's good terminology. But as long as you have one of the arrows on the board, either in the level or in the shop, the pit obviously doesn't count, because you can't go there and come back as you want to. You could replace... Oh, you better believe it's dopamine all day. Hard-coded. We are hard-coded to love it. Yeah, so like for instance, let's say, yeah, I'll give an example as opposed to yammer on about it. I'm sure you get the idea. Do you want to come around? Oh yeah, there is a visual, but the problem is everybody fucking knows when they've been hit because it's black and red and. But with the armor, it's very like. Subtle is not the right word. But then, you know, maybe the holy armor that we're wearing is the helmet version of the knights with their magic silent slippers. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, that, you know, if you're looking for some lore to not have to change a single fucking sound effect, there you are. Oh. Get him on the way down. Get him on the way down. Oh, that was a hit. Surely. Let's just pretend we got that one and move along. What happens to that knight? Do we know? I know. Do you? That knight will actually come spawn back into the game at full health. So, it is something that you could exploit. You shouldn't, but if it happens, I think it's closer to 3 on the spawn. You could exploit that. I wouldn't. You're only doing yourself out of getting better at your play. But if it happens accidentally, well, it's a happy accident, isn't it? It's only a handful of headshots extra, so it doesn't matter too much. Shame you can't do it on orphans. You can't do it on orphans. But yeah, any enemy that cannot teleport, that falls off of the edge, then goes into their own mini purgatory and then comes back to their original spawn location. So that guy won't spawn back there, he'll spawn to wherever it was that he started, which will probably be... Yeah, cheers, Beanie. Thank you. Well, I haven't got any armor, so there's no point at the moment, is there? Yeah. If you can get them off when they're trying to do their hit, that is a thing. Right, this one, I like to approach this from the top because I want to deal with what's up the top first. The problem is you've got to be very wary of those cupids. Very wary. Come on, we can get him. Whoa. God, I almost put my back out on that one. So again, being a bit lazy here and using resources where we could probably just get away with slow time, but we've gotten to use. I've got a quiver that I can go back for, and I've got a quiver in the shop. However, we did use a lot of catalysts, so I might restock them. Let's get these out to a decent position. Come on, lads, out you come. I know you're knights and you're supposed to guard the keep, but... So again, why am I engaging them from up here? All distance, all extra points, all adds up. And to like kind of continue on from what we were talking about earlier with what's a good score on cycle 1. Taking the time to get a decent distance away from every single opponent that you can, involving luring them to edges, and then getting really far away. So like if I really wanted to explore this points-wise, in fact I should, because it's easier than dodging axes. If I really wanted to exploit this for points, I should go back here, because you can get into a range where these guys just don't have a response. They're good with hatchets, but they're not that good. But they're saying the same thing down there. They're like, this dude thinks he's good at headshots, but he ain't that good. Oh, now I'm landing him though, so take it back. See, you knights having a little conversation about headshots. Showed them, even though I made that conversation for them. So, yeah, that is a prime example of how you would score more points in any situation and scenario that you could find yourself in. You do that all the way through Purgatory. You can lure them. I think one of the best spots is anywhere where there is a break in the level, and there is a massive break between Anakim's fortress and the rest of Purgatory. You can lure pretty much everything. Go for melee enemies, ones that can't retaliate, is your best shout. Lure them all to the edges. Keep on letting fly, but the problem is you then take 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours to do the entirety of Purgatory, or well, actually no, probably longer than that. In time-honored fashion. Oh, so hear that, guys and gals? The floodgates are well open if you want to try and get yourself a first place spot. K-Nigets indeed. K-Nuggets. Hang on, that's interesting to me. How did you just spell that, Econ? Yeah, you'd want that to say K-Nuggets, but she just said K-Nigets. So, I mean, it's a spin on a popular phrase. No, not another one. Oh, I can't be bothered to come back for you. I'll just go and get the other one, and then it's all fair in love and war. To be fair, by the time I've gone back to that one and come back to this one, he'll probably be back. All the exploits. Hey. But yeah, sounds like everything's wide open if LG's not playing. Pull right back here. Now, this is a classic example of the IDU situation that nobody should want to be in. Nope. We do not want a knight charging down our throat whilst there is an archer behind him, covering him up. Hey, I put plenty of Monty Python in my stuff. Or at least I try to. Or I used to, when I used to do videos. Do you remember that time? I do miss doing videos, but Camille was talking earlier about, like, he doesn't want to do much in the ways of videos, or not that he doesn't want to, but it's like, what does he do that hasn't been covered? Well, that is a good point, but my counter to that is everyone has got a different way to explain the same thing. And, like, my experiences are mainly from the roller derby that I've done and some of the more advanced maneuvers that you can do or that you need to be able to do for playing the sport of roller derby. And plow stopping, which is where you bring your legs together at pointing at almost a V so that you can not only stop but also slow down your opponents that are trying to get past you. And I had my instructors for the course that we were doing explaining that shit to me for fucking ages, and just the way that it was being explained, it just wasn't clicking. And then another one of my colleagues at roller derby, after seeing what I'd been doing, I was like, you teach me how to plow stop. Nailed it that day. And it was all because she would just use different language. She would have had a different experience of learning it. She would have had a different way of doing it, potentially. But it was a plow stop is a plow stop. There's only really one way that you can do it. But her explaining it to me allowed me to nail it. And it's the same, I would say, with this game. I might yammer on till I'm blue in the face on the best way to manipulate enemies and teleport them and blah, blah, blah. But if you can do it, if you can explain it in your own words... Hello, John. You explain it in your own words, somebody might get it from you who wouldn't get it from me. And yes, I definitely hear that on Fletcher. Definitely, the way that I'm playing it, I can have a run done in a few hours. Don't get very far. But yeah, the difference with me on videos is there's still a lot for me to do, and I've got a lot of ideas. I'm just really fucking loving live streaming at the moment, so you guys will have to bear with me. There you go. Yes, I was going to say that was actually, I'm glad Econ brought that up, because I was going to segue into using recreational drugs to get better at VR archery games. That was literally on the tip of my tongue. It's part of the script that I've got in front of me here to address what could be possibly classed as the elephant in the room. Don't take drugs, kids. Drugs are bad within VR. So, yeah, yep. This here on my sleeve is LSD. Right, so we are in a situation where, you know what, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go back for that quiver, because I want it all. So we'll grab that now, because if we don't grab it now, we'll lose it. I am going to pop that on there and then hope that my memory was correct in that I believe there is a quiver. Oh, you know what? 25s is enough. Okay, this is an example of what you guys should be doing, but I'm not, because I just want to crack things along. You should be going back and getting the quivers to top that off. I know it's only 10 arrows, but again, if you start using them like a fucking idiot, you will run out. And then you could say, well, you know, it's only cycle 8, or it's only cycle 1, or it's only cycle 2. If you do things the same way all the time, then you're not constantly changing your game or adjusting anything. And then you get better at your good habits that you have structured into and ingrained on your very soul. See? So that's quite a highfalutin way to explain it, but I'm sure someone else could probably do it in 3 words or less. Don't fucking do. See? And someone might get what I was talking about through just those 3 words. You never know. It is a shame that that's going to be in the way, but it does mean that we're on full life, so that's good. Now, I do like putting him in slow motion, but I'm not going to. I don't need to. I will happily hear that argument. See, I would say Hog might get replaced with Volley 5. You don't really need Hog either. Or you can just do what LG does towards the end and just be fucking Mr. Snowman, where he's got like all 5 of them, all 4 quivers. Yeah, look at that, he's got so many quivers of Windows Light. I thought there was 5 quivers worth. But I swear it was LG who's run that setup where it's just for Windows Light, because that's what he needs. No, you are quite right. But then there's times where we don't have time to deal with it. As you well know. I hate when I do that. Get these tidied up quick. I want to get these tidied up quick. Damn it. going on in the background there. I don't know if anyone else saw that. Right, so spent a little bit longer than I'd like to dallying there. Hopefully he's not behind me. So again, these are arrows that I shouldn't really be using. But we're gonna. Yeah, I mean that's a top shout. Why didn't I think of that? What an idiot. Shoot the archers, it says. I never did go back for that red knight, did I? 2 points everywhere here. So that archer's gone off. He may come back in another exciting episode of IDU, but here I don't. Oh no, because he's in lava, isn't he? He'll actually straight up die. Unless he teleported out super early. Again, we're going to try, because we've got time, to increase distance. Now, here's what I can actually do it here. Here's what I've been talking about with Harry and Camille. Can't be able to pull it off. Oh, shit. Resources that we ain't got. Right. Let's get him looking at us. And what we're hoping to do is by hitting him multiple times in the Hand of God bubble, you'll see how much we drop his altitude, which then means that we can try for headshots. You'll also note that it takes a bit of a jaunty angle, but if this was much higher cycle, shooting him up against that pillar with the Hand of God will do our job of the boys that get to the huge cycles, of lowering him down. Again, though, the only problem with it is it requires a little bit of setup in that you need them facing you and you need to be shooting them into the pillar, and you can literally just make them kind of pole dance down the pillar and then adopt that jaunty angle, which is always one of my favourite bits. But then for me, we're not using any resources that we wouldn't normally have / use, like cats and stuff. Like I know Camille went through a phase of, I think, replacing Cat 5 with Cat 1, or maybe even Harry, so that they could make sure they could get the incubi to take the dive into the lava. And it's like, well, that's all well and good, but you are then replacing an arrow that can be quite useful on bosses and orphans, and technically that as well, for something that is kind of just one purpose. And we don't want one purpose arrows, we want multiple use arrows, which is part of the reason why good, wouldn't it? Part of the reason why I've lost my train of thought under pressure. Woo. Hey, have you not seen me do that one before? That's the sneakiest move. That's me being very lazy. But the thing is, I could piss around taking shots at distance and something could go awry, and I'd rather not. Holy armor incoming. But yeah, a single cat, horizontal, dead. As long as you hit it right. Hey! Blood down there, blood down there, blood down there, and unholy wind. Been waiting for this. Probably Hand of God replacement, I reckon. Yeah, in some other fucking alternative universe. Whew, it's getting warm. It's only cycle 9. Alright, quick wet, and then we'll see what we can get done. But yeah, with it's the one thing that I do find is the only thing that I'm finding difficult at the moment is when I am talking about something, specifically when I'm answering somebody's question and something else comes in, and I may continue talking about what I'm talking about or move on to a different subject, is the hard part of what I'm doing as far as like listening to the chat and trying to desperately regurgitate some kind of coherent answer. So, where are you guys going to patrol to? You're going to look about over there. Cool. They either haven't spawned in yet or they're not here. Remember this little point? Hello, Al. Late but welcome. No worries, sir. You get sat in front of your TV and use your phone to chat. The fact that you found that out is amazing to me. So good. I done a video on a guy that used to do that. Oh, ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. Look away for just a second because I thought that had already crashed into something and it had not. So I was just about to say these are the risky shots that you shouldn't be taking. These are the shots that I should be hitting and shouldn't be considered risky at all. So with this room, we want to clear out as much as we can before we even tackle the inside. And we'll nope out of that because that's the IDU situation that I tell you to avoid. Steady on, fella. Again, night charging down your throat, or anything for that matter. Charging down your throat, archer behind. Felt like I might have needed to block them with your stupid animations. But yeah, you just simply nope out of it. I can fight that situation. I could. It's just too risky. There's so much that can go wrong in that situation. There's no point. So this is the next best angle to attack from because we'll only probably lure one of the guys out. Now this situation isn't too bad. We just want to tidy up the archer nice and quick before we create the situation that we don't want. And we'll go back in and I think we'll corner this guy. And we'll slow time, see how I feather it to let him get into the position that I want him. Quick little IDU glance. Make sure no one's got the sneakies on us. That you are quite right, Keith. Quite right. For the main game, crossbow, yeah, I've already done one, but I plan on doing another because I can't even remember where I got to on that. I think I was on like cycle, what am I at, about 12 million or something along those lines. And in time-honoured fashion, and I know I would say this and you wouldn't know any different, so you couldn't call me out on it. But believe you me, there are plenty of times. I haven't actually started doing it during the live stream, but there are plenty of times where I've got a really good run going, and then I have some kind of fucking harebrained scheme or idea, and it gets me fucking killed. Or rather, puts me in a bad situation that then becomes unrecoverable from. Hello. One of the other things. Ooh, little step there. I think we'll move out of the way of that. One of the other things that's worth noting, and this is on the subject of cornering. Nope. Getting out of that. On the subject of cornering, the reason why they come further round the corner is because it is basically based on their speed. So that white knight and the black knight come a decent amount round the corner. For those of you who don't know what cornering is, if you stand on a corner and you're tucked in nice and tight to it, the enemy actually have to come round and then set themselves up into a stance before they can attack you. They can't attack you through the wall, so to speak. If you are on this corner, red knights are the worst ones for it, and I'm telling you this so that when you get to the higher cycles you can be prepared, because you will be using a lot of cornering. Is when that red knight comes around, he won't come to here and attack, he'll come over to here and then start setting up. And the reason being is he can't stop fast enough. I'd imagine if they animated it properly, he'd be like sliding along. I can't stop myself. And it would be hilarious. But yeah, the speed of the enemies determines how far they go round the corner. Which is why you would never see an abomination do that. Now this situation isn't too bad, because we know we can deal with that archer, and it's only abominations in front of us. But again, and you finish the archer up quick, sharp. Because his midnight mass. His midnight mass. John Holland, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up to John Holland there. Comedian of the hour. Minute. that was actually pretty good, John. By your standards, that was actually quite amazing. I had a little laugh at that one. Yeah, you can stay a little bit longer. I was going to schedule the cab for like imminently or as soon as, but I think I'll give you like 30 minutes now. Ooh. Whoa. There is a cap, I think. There's a cap on... I think there's a cap on... LG's probably got more experience on it than I have, but I think there is a cap on certain enemies. So, like, for instance, a red knight will show you the speed that... Yeah, I think it, like, caps at cycle 10 or 12? But yeah, I think, again, I've been to high cycles. When you're at high cycles, you're concerned about surviving and scoring well. And it's the analysing that can get you, or the trying to figure things out. Because it takes so long to get there, that's why you won't see, or rather you'll only see, like, the streams that LG does. Or not the streams, the that was silly. IDU situation. But yeah, because it can take so long to get there, and is a there's so much work that gets you up until that point. It's like part of the reason why I don't mind the live streaming side of things, because as far as I'm concerned, if I die, I die. I've got a crowd on, I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to give advice, so it doesn't really matter. One of the things that I've always been concerned about is putting the recording button on does place some sort of strain on the Quest 2 headset. And the Quest is already being pushed. And there's plenty of times where it feels like when you're recording, things just happen differently or go wrong because you're recording. Nice one, Econ. Thank you for being here. But yeah, on the I think red knights reach the cap of movement speed for a knight. White knights and black knights can get up to that, but I think it's a few cycles again. So I think the knight model has a cap in its speed, but I think there comes a time, because I've seen some very actually no, that I know what that might actually be. I was just about to say I've seen some very fast white knights, but one of the things that Beanie covered not so long ago. Okay, that's a good situation. So we want to be hitting the pit because 17 is enough to do the pit, and then we can grab that when we come out. Battery check. God, I haven't really done a lot though, so I can't be doing that bad. Oh, I've got plenty of time. Plenty of time, gang. Yeah. Going back over what I was just yammering on about there, one of the things that does happen in this game is occasionally a white knight will be a red knight in disguise. Because I've seen some very fast white knights. So yeah, maybe there is a cap on everything. I completely forgot about that. Beanie brought that phenomena up not so long ago. If you ever kill a white knight and it's got more health than you think it should have, or it's moving faster than you think it should have, it's just because the game has rendered a red knight in as a white knight. And they say this by accident and not by design. Bollocks, if you ask me. She's trying to catch us players unawares. Oh, sneaky boy. That's a good place to go. Going to alert the knight in there, which then means he comes out, but we're on top of something, so we're good. I said we're good. You're going to sit there and take it from the top in a minute. So now we're getting to the point where this is going to start taking a lot of headshots to kill things, close and far. But this is why you can really get the points. Me and Camille were chatting the other day about how his scoring runs, basically yeah, a little pink knight. Me and Camille were talking the other day about the merits of, if you can play well enough to do well at these higher cycles, which obviously he can, of skipping all of the lower cycles in favour of the high cycles. Because I can't remember the numbers that he crunched, but it's something along the lines of you can, I think we were saying that you can make, or put the math on, you can make as many points from cycle 10 to 14 or 10 to 15 as you would in 1 to 10. And my argument has always been, yeah, but you still, you know, you'd have to get to cycle 15 to get that score, whereas I would only have to get to cycle 12 to get the same score. But then the longer you're playing this, it's almost like it's like a casino in regard to the fact that the longer you're playing, the more chance there is that House will win. And that's probably quite a good analogy, actually. Definitely with a longer play session. Like, look at that guy. You're an imposter, and I'm going to prove it. Yeah, that's no white knight, because the white knight would go at the same sort of rate, and look at his health as well. It's comparable in the amount that it comes down, but we're going to have to play with you. So these are the stupid things that I do that usually end up getting me losing health. Let's have a play with the imposter, shall we? What a great idea. So he's taken about 3 or 4 hits. You know what, I'm just going to fucking deal with him. So, yes, that is quite right, Sean. I'm talking about somebody who has played it enough where cycles just become a number. Because, let's face it, when you get to the point where you're at cycle No, that's fine. Keep watching this channel, you'll get there. Keep playing and keep doing what you're doing, you'll get there. You'll all get there. You fucking better. I had to do it without these videos. No, the one thing that I would say is we are very lucky in respect to the fact that when back in my day, see, this is a bad situation, so we'll nope out of that a little bit. Because I wasn't confident that I could hit that shot in time. And I know these will come around the corner. A lot of people have said about wanting to start at higher cycles, and whilst I agree that it would be good for practice, and I can't really see a reason why you wouldn't, I think if you can get to those higher cycles, you'll see why. I mean, to be fair, there is a way to start up. You're a red. I'm sure you're a red. I'm out of that. Oh, that was very cheeky. That's very cheeky. Ooh, corner right. Let's wait for these. These guys will corner. These guys are... yeah, I mean, the thing is, as far as getting to or starting off at higher cycles, rooftop hopping, I know it takes some time, but, you know, you've already got the ability to do it. It was the only reason... Yeah, I know it's a time investment, though. It is a time sink. It's one of the reasons why I was never really that keen on Purist. Because of the fact that, well, speak to Mr. Holland. I know he's just left. What a great... Or he might be leaving. He might have left. I don't know. What a great time to talk about him after he's gone. No, I only ordered his taxi. He never got in it. So, Mr. Holland enforced the whole slow time on himself. He's here. Oh, well, you don't want to miss this. Yeah, he enforced the whole not using slow time on himself. And look where he can get in the, like, top 20, top 10. And that's without using things like slow time. But this is, my point is, you don't... let's just diffuse that, shall we? There's another one back there. But yeah, he can get very far into the game without slow motion. The only thing that he gets now is the kudos of being able to show off how far he can get into the game without slow motion. Yeah, I'll bet. Hello, Fee. Yeah, so on yeah. It's a valid stratagem. Oh, LG does. No, LG is hello. We are on cycle 9. See? Now, that isn't a bad shout, Al. But again, you can do that with rooftop hopping. The only problem with the boss rush is what special arrows would you get? Because I'd love to see that as a sigil, a boss rush. But then do you make it... Have you seen me? Yes, you have. Crafty bugger. Now, I don't need to be managing both of these, and so I can diffuse that risky situation just by coming down to this dude's level. And most likely... he's not going to do it. Most likely that's Monk was going to teleport down here and engage us anyway. But yeah, the thing with the cycle play, You can kind of do a boss rush, but you've got to do a rooftop hop with it. So you do have the ability to practice bosses. I've done a lot of that. I would advise anybody else who's looking at high cycle play. I know people who are at lots of different cycles where they will be they'll be in their main run, and then yeah, I can confirm that John is a nutcase. So you would say get up to cycle 6, ready to go in and face Anakin. And then I know Rico definitely does this, or I think Rico does this. He will stop at a boss, and then he will go on his other profile and get all the way up to that point and kind of do a dry run where there's nothing at risk before he actually puts his run at risk. And it's not a bad idea. The only problem about it is it's very bloody time consuming. Those are some particularly nicely headshots there. Lovely. IDU typical? Nope. I would say that situation there, archers behind and knights in front, other than Cupids, is probably the #1 situation that contributes to player life loss. So when you see it, I'm sure you can fight your way out of it, and I'm sure you can do so without any resources. And you know, you should practice that occasionally, but then why practice something that you never need? Again, I could argue with myself on that, in that there might be times when you need it because you're forced into that situation. But depending on your play style. No, that's quite true. Yep. It's a pain in the ass. Right, so we've got to be super duper careful now because we're on cycle 9. So what was it? 5, 6, 2 damage, 7, 8, 3 damage. Oh yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot. So we're on 4 points of damage per hit. So at this point now, I can take 3 hits. I will do, because I want to clear out a little safe space and I can't hit the orphan. Cheeky bugger. Oh dear. Oh. Overloading myself there with different things to do and try. That was silly. Now, see, normally I would just secure this safe space, but I've gone into here and all confident, even though I absolutely hate immolation with a passion. But it's all good. We're not worried yet until we take another hit. Then we're worried. Yeah, it's not good, but the alternative is having to go down to somewhere else, and I don't want to do that either. Which is, again, it's a tough scenario. What I should have done there is planted the slow time on myself, and I didn't think that there might be a ghost that close, and I should have really. But again, slow it right down. So this is one of the, I mean, this isn't the worst situation that we could have, because the worst situation that we could have would be skeleton archers and normal archers, and that would break my heart right now if that was the case. So that's not a bad shot. Now let's just keep our ears open a second this time. No, I don't think so. So this isn't ideal, but at the moment, I'm in one of those situations. So this is what I would class, I really hope you don't shoot me through that wall. This is what I would class as one of those situations where things could start going really awry here if we continue to fuck up. So, what we do is we eliminate... Please don't hit me through the wall. So what we do here is we'll take things nice and slow and by the numbers, and on top of that as well, although I am going to concern myself with scoring, I'm not going to concern myself with scoring quite as much as I would. Now there's definitely a ghost alerted there and a ghost alerted there. I think we're best off going down here, but I might be wrong. It's that one. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's tidy these up. There's another one down the bottom. It's making me anxious just playing. But there isn't as much room to maneuver. I heard you. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Now, we are free to grab that, but we're not in any massive amounts of danger yet, so we don't need to worry about it. We've got these to use. So we're going to make use of them. Good shot, sir. That's about mileage. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great situation, but it was better than what I had up at the top. Now, we have got a reasonably decent yeah, it's an option, but I would, so on the point scoring side of things, I want to try and clear one corner so I can do this. What are we on points wise? 7010131. So I would say, let's just say we're on 10,000, and I've half health this guy already. Yeah. Hear that on hogs. I hate them. I hate them on siege. Hogs, that is. It's I've got to hit my headshots though. It's a valid point. That platform down below is good, but I'm here for score. I mean, I'm also obviously here to survive. Pegged myself now, I think I have. Don't think I can get that angle, so I need to get a bit closer. Whew. Oh, where are you? Another one. Right, I am gonna... We are gonna ice these, because we're having to make use of our resources to repair a nasty situation. But then herein lies the other problem as well, is, you know, I probably could have taken that skeleton archer out, but not at this stage. Being able to slow things down as I'm doing and take things ultra defensively is another skill that hopefully you never have to use, but you need to be decent at it. I'm sure in anybody, I'm sure LG will agree with this one, that like in some of his best runs, there would have been a point where it could have been over very fast in a lot earlier cycle than like whatever he gets up to these days, 2021. Because at that stage, it's just a couple of hits and you're done, absolutely done. Now the other situation that we're got to ask ourselves here is, do we play the orphan game? quickly try and get a visual on some of those skeletons. Heard the ghost. The other reason why I don't like this level. The other reason why I don't like this level is there's a lot of lava about, and you can be as careful as you like, but there are things that you can hit at high level that will just dump you straight into the lava. It's really stupid. Now we know that Archer's already fired an arrow, so he isn't a big threat. He does need to do with. We know we're clear over here, which means that we can get some distance on this guy. I want him to face me before I start hitting headshots on him, so that I can push him back into the corner. Oh shit! I didn't even check that, did I? Okay, so let's try that again, and I'll try and remember to check. So 40,000, and this isn't even that longer range either, but this is why you do it. 40,000, 40,000. If I keep saying it, I might remember to check. 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. Nice one, Camille. Thank you for joining us. Good. That means it's keeping your bloody interest. 40,000. So, all of those headshots alone just made me 32,000 points. So, that incubi was worth as many points as or more points than an orphan would be out in the real world. And that just compounds and compounds and compounds the further you get into the game. So you should be able to see why we can get these huge scores, and it's all about being in the pits and doing the thing in the real world. Indeed. No, I heard you, because I'm listening for you this time. I don't really want to have an archery duel with you, so we'll pull back a little bit. You've gone behind me now. We'll pull back to here, and hopefully, if I keep that out of sight, he will teleport to in front of me. But I think I'm going to have to get his interest again. Is that the same guy? I don't think it is, you know. In you come. That's not going to cut it, mate. Now, skeletons do teleport after 2 shots. They're a little unique in that regard. Shouldn't be looking all over the place because it can force them to teleport to elsewhere. Silly, silly. Should alert and wait. The old bait and wait. But when you, as long as you are close and you are abusing your slow time and you're close to a pillar, if I start moving just before he fires, he will trace. He will anticipate where I'm moving to, even if it is through a wall. So that's worth noting. Oh, that was the same one. Right, let's take this back bit out. Haven't heard the Cupid yet. That's going to be fucking terrifying. You think your anxiety levels are up now? Jesus. Right. Let's get visual on some of... Oh, that's a bad situation. I'm making it worse by trying that. Let's see if we can get him to teleport onto here. He has seen us. Nope. Let's have you next. Now, based on the fact that I haven't heard the orphan thus far... Oh, should have checked my battery before I came in here. That could have been fucking disastrous. 7%. Fine. That's fine. We can do this with 7%. You know how you were anxious a minute ago? We've only got 7% battery left. That was 57. We're fine. Don't think I'll have much longer than just doing this, though. So, let's see if we can start luring 1 or 2. Yeah, I wish there was Paradise Lost pits. And it should be the catacombs that are underneath in Desolation, I reckon. That would be very fitting. So again, the situation, and I've just diffused it by taking a step back. Could I fight all those 4 dudes at the same time? Oh, even I'd question that. Probably not. Although it does give me a situation that I now need to deal with, because the archers have gone up there, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. Though we've attracted that ghost. Oh, we've brought a friend. I think it's just those 2 from there. So what I would do here is I now know that there's 2 archers up on that dance floor at the top, but we've cleared the rest of that dance floor. So I'm going to use my superpower of memory, which, as those of you who... Ooh. I can hear an orphan. I think it's quite far away though, so that's good. Might be down the bottom. They can be a little deceptive. Yeah, I think that's in the position behind that pillar. So hopefully we've still got that guy's interest. What I might do is go and have these guys lunch. No, come back. Come back, Skeleton Bob. No hurry at all. Oh, did I kill the other one as well? I did. Right. I think that's over yonder, which means we are fine. Just going to have a little experiment. So she disappears at this point with the current amount of enemies in. So there's 2 places that she could be at this point because we've checked most of this. She's either up on the gantries, which would be a bit fucking annoying, or she is past the pillar right in the corner. I think that's past the pillar, which is good because what we can now start doing is taking some angles to try and get some shots on these guys. I'm not too concerned about getting headshots. Just want to make sure I'm hitting him because this is one that I want to get out of the way so that I can make the rest of my job easier. Not great on points. What should we do with that one? Same again, I think, because he hasn't got any bodies. And we have got a pillar to work with. So that hasn't worked out so well. So we'll come back to here. Is he teleported down to the left? Oh, Right. Remember when you ice these skeletons that they will continue from where they got to within their animation. So if they've got the little flash on them, that means the second that they unfreeze, they will fire. They don't have to reset, which is, yeah, annoying. That's a bad situation to fire an arrow into. I don't want to be having to deal with ghosts and archers breathing down my neck. And there's still a lot more work we can do before we actually have to take the orphan on. So we can pop an arrow here. Deal with this guy. Cheeky. Very cheeky. That probably wouldn't have hit, but the fact that it allows you to block does make you wonder. Now, I do want to deal with him before I go and tackle the orphan. And I think the way to do it is going to be to alert him visually. No, we're going to end up with the ghost either way. Or she might even be in there, you know. Let's just get him alerted and we'll deal with the consequences when he teleports. There's the consequences. Fires 2. So yeah, that's another big point with skeleton archers. Whereas a lot of other enemies will usually, I've seen it, will usually fire 3 arrows before either feigning disinterest or teleporting away. Skeleton archers usually do 2 and then either lose interest or teleport. Now, we don't want to fire an arrow at that one because there's a chance that it'll alert the orphan. So what we will do is we'll get a visual, or give him a visual rather, and we want to kill this guy at such an angle so that the arrows can't sail down that corridor alerting the orphan, because we still don't know 100% where it is yet. I got a pretty good idea, but yeah. Now we could deal with those, but I don't think this is going to be a problem. Battery's fine. I'm not really at 7%. 47% will be fine. Now, there is likely to be quite a lot of enemies around here, so I'm going to try and inch this and deal with what I can. And again, notice the angle that I'm at here, and I want to maintain this angle. Careful with that shield, buddy. Don't alert the orphan. Fucking hell. Now, the only problem that we've got here is if she is where I think she is, if I attack her from here, it's going to alert a whole other mess in another room. So I might try and go and deal with that. And it's probably a better lesson in picking apart these tough situations than just fucking bum rushing in there and using resources to sort it out when I'm saying that's not what you do. So what I'm going to attempt to do here now is I'm not going to deal with what's on top because I don't think that's where she is. Ah, yeah, good teleport, mate. Yeah, I think so. Until it goes horribly, horribly wrong. Now, one of the things that I can do is I can alert those guys knowing that they can't hit me because they will have to shoot me in an arc, but where they teleport to could be the problem. One has teleported down there, which is good. And we're going to really slow time the hell out of this one because we're going to expect his body to come in at any time. There he is. I need that to hit straight away so we don't let anything else up there for now. And then I'm not going to be able to hit a headshot from there. But we do want to finish him off before anything else. And oh look, there's a portal. Now, I am fine to pick up that health, and when I get a moment, I will. And as you can see, it's given me my 2 blocks back. So we've gone from a little bit risky by just slowing it right down, playing it proper, to back to something like it. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want that incubus lunch. But it could take a while. Oh, there's 2. Come on, chaps, let's go. There we go. Now, I am aware of the fact that battery life could potentially be a thing. And the beauty with incubi is, as long as you've given them, as long as you've got decent space behind them, the more you headshot them, the further back they're going to go. So, this guy's still going to be worth reasonably decent points, but I have wasted some. Yeah, they always will. I know, right? What an idiot. Who plays that way? Slow down and play it smarter. What a fool. But, like, I suppose, because I've analysed what Sean questioned me on the other day, is why don't I play this way from the start? And I think it's a combination of a lot of factors. Out of practice would be one of them. Oh, I hope she didn't see me. If she did, I won't be able to get her in time, I don't think. Oh, hello. That's a lot of skeletons. So I am now feathering. Yeah, no, right. The thing is, I think the game is designed to teleport things at key moments. No, I need to get this dealt with sooner rather than later until we get another threat on the tail. But yeah, there's an element of me not being in practice. Today, I thought, you know what, I'm going to play it slowly and carefully from the start. What would be a great way to warm up? And then I went and go and play Fletcher. So that probably wasn't my greatest idea. So what we're going to do now is we can get them without getting too much else. Right, so where did that fall? Yeah. To be fair, that's... I mean, I'd say that's legit, but it's not really, is it? It's all gone wrong from that exploding skull. That exploding skull being quiet is what lost me my original armor, and it's just going to pop from there. Oh, incubi fireballs are easy. One of the easiest things to dodge in the entire game, Norbert. I've said that twice now. And I've been hit twice by them. What a fucking idiot. But again, we're still, I don't know, 4 health down. Not too worried at this point. I've got my Grace of God, but obviously I don't want to use that. The problem that we have here is that this isn't how you get far. I need to be stacking up holy armors so that I am safe. And playing this way is not going to get me there. So we're going to have to do something about that at some point in the near future. Probably should have started tonight, you know. I don't think that'll alert. I want to get those ghosts down here. Yeah. Yeah, incubi fireballs are the easiest projectile in the entire game to dodge until they're in your face and they're not. So, we've cleared quite a lot. The only other thing that we could do now is teleport up and finish off what's on that handrail, but I don't think that will affect us in getting the orphan. So, exactly. Were you actually just invisible for a touch there? I'm sure you were. Let's get you Hand of Godded. Deal with you. Because I know where she's going, and this is one of those places where we can spawn trap her. Or spawn trap her, that's the wrong word. She can't go anywhere else from here but down the stairs. And what she will probably do, providing we don't get too close, and we actually hit her. Why didn't you go in the lava? I hear it's great in there. Oops. Now, because she can't go anywhere else, we can quite happily... I'll have a quick listen for a ghost. Quite happily sit here and shoot her. She will continue to try and teleport. If she were to teleport, or leave, if she were to teleport, she would probably go to about the top of these steps, and then she would run away from us back to where she is. So that's worked out quite nicely. Oh, why couldn't it just go... And she'd do the little thumb thing going down. That would have been great. Program it in super bright. Come on, stop being fucking lazy. So, let's tidy up the pit. I suppose another thing that I should address as well. Once you've killed the orphan and once you have got the pit entrance open, leave straight away. Well, No, because although it is risky, you're in the pit for a reason. If you're in the pit for just resources, grab your resources and get the fuck out of there. But we are here for points. The one exception to that rule is ghosts are worth fuck all points. They're worth like 60 to 80, I think. And at later cycles, they will even take multiple hits before they die, which is a lot of fun, let me tell you. Let's just make sure there's nothing down here. No. So that shot there is one of the ones that I avoid taking, because there's been plenty of times where I've hit that lip and been teleported down into the lava. There's been plenty of times where I've hit that lip and been teleported down into the lava. The banister, this one here, there's plenty of times where I've been killing an orphan and escaped, hit that banister, and been teleported down there. These are a few of the reasons why I hate this level. That was another one. I've been teleported down into that as well, not for hitting that one. So yeah, and at later cycles, although lava only ever does 1 point of damage to you, regardless of the cycle, it will still take 1 holy armor off of you. No, hello, Jules, and no, you cannot. No, incubi fireballs cannot be stopped. There was, for those of you who have seen it, a time where a loaded crossbow could stop an incubi's fireball. It could also stop quite a lot of other things as well, but an incubi's fireball was the main one, because that's more powerful than the bloody shield. There was a time where if you walked around with your shield up and a loaded crossbow, you could angle them in such a manner that it was very difficult to be hit. But I obviously pointed that out and they took it out quite quickly. So. But, you know, it was another one of the advantages that the crossbow player had, I guess. So what are we looking like? We've got 7. So we're not doing too bad. And there's a quiver there as well. So we'll grab this because we're still playing within our normal rules. Got a tour. Lovely. I think I've probably got time to do this next section. But even if I haven't, I can always skip out of this situation. That's right. You can just blow the fireballs out with unholy wind. Why didn't I think of that? What fantastic arrow! I'll have nothing bad said against unholy wind. Oh yeah, everybody tries blocking the fireball. So this is the way that I like to play this level, of getting up high and then just descending on everything and working my way around the big room and saving that for last. And the reason why is because I've had plenty of times, especially at these higher cycles, where things do get alerted in a bigger radius. There's 2 there. Don't want to alert both of those. Plenty of times where people who are up on these top ones will get alerted, and then they'll come down at you, or they'll fire shots from up on high. And yeah, it can be super annoying. Which one have I alerted? You. I've alerted more than one there. So that's a situation where I've had multiple alerts. I can only see one of them. So I'll nope out of that and I'll come back into some cover. Oh, there you go. So that was 3. And then what I'll do is now I could drop. In fact, I will. Didn't need to do that, but it just gets things done a little bit quickly and makes sure I get the headshots. Plus, I forget that I've got a quiver and Anakin's Fortress is next. I'm not going to need 6 to do the entirety of this. And I may as well use them because, you know, I hate anything going to waste. What can I say? So this guy's now in a position where he's separated away from the rest of them. So a couple of headshots. couple of headshots, and he'll go down. Now, that, although that wasn't a couple of headshots, it is an interesting note that that was the equivalent of hitting 2 headshots as far as scoring is concerned. Because this guy will only take 2 as well. That guy takes a lot. So as long as, with the brown monks, as long as the first hit and the second hit are headshots, it's the same points as a headshot, 5 body shots, and then another headshot, because the body shots score as nothing. The only thing that body shots are doing in this situation is they're taking HP. Where did that Black Knight go? Is he despawned? Right, I'm going to have to look out for him. So this could get dangerous because there was a Black Knight down here and it's despawned, which means there is an obscene amount of enemies in this close vicinity. I think. Or did I dream that? I'm pretty sure I didn't dream that. And even if I do have to pick up that quiver, I'm not going to need 35 Hand of Gods for Anakin. So it's more than enough. Come on. Come on now. Not that much. You'll also see on the scoring point, I'm constantly increasing the distance between my enemies. Well, I say that's on a scoring side of things. It's as much on a survivability side of things as well, because you don't let them get any closer to you. Wild. So is he. Now, I might note out of this in a minute, but I can manage this amount, I think. Famous last words. That one's a secret red one by the looks of his life going down. Oh, that's bad. Might have alerted her. And I can't hear her anymore. So you guys probably won't have heard that. I know where she spawns on this level, and a little wild arrow went flying down that very corridor. There's the Black Knight that I was looking for. Yeah, arrow went flying down that corridor and could have quite easily alerted her. So there's 2 situations that we can do, or 2 remedies to that situation. The first is get the fuck in there quickly and deal, and that's how you lose life. The second is run away as far as you possibly fucking can to try and let her despawn. Now, she didn't start doing her ascension sound effect, so, but I don't want to take any chances in that situation. So, what we'll do here, because that'll be a good... What we like battery-wise. Well, I haven't had a warning yet, so that's good. 18%. We can get the orphan. We can get her. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue to skirt the outside of the level, taking out the enemies. Nope. Let's move to there. I like that better. Now, this is a situation that I don't need to be in, so I'm going to change my position. And the reason being is because I'm having to rotate through fucking 90 degrees per shot. And by doing that, I'm going to start spoiling my accuracy. Whereas having them straight in front of you and being able to peg the same headshot every time is a bit easier than one shot, turn, one shot, one shot, turn, one shot. Shooting and turning is a very quick way to start racking up the misses. I don't think that'll have alerted her. But if it did, we are in a position to be able to do something about it at least. Now she's going to be approximately there. And there is probably a few more enemies that we can deal with before we actually commit to going in and getting her. One of them is getting these guys that are in here. Oh, there's that warning. Anxious mode activated. I think we're time. Oh, well, say that. Nope. Not playing that game, thank you very much. As long as you promise not to shoot me through the wall, I will allow you guys to live a little bit longer. Bases are loaded, people. The orphan is about to die. Can he do it at low battery? Yeah, goddamn right you can. But I'm going to pretend that this is risky all the way up until the point where I lose her and then go, oh. So we're lucky enough that she's actually behind a wall here, which means that we can start taking a dive down into, that one's a bit risky. These ones, not so much. So I'll lure, it's not happening. I would rather risk the entire run. Not as many as when LG's having to do it on his stupid cycles. Quite a lot. But I'm not going to count them. But we're getting to the point now where a Black Knight in the real world, and not the pit world, is worth similar to an orphan. And this is why the whole cycle skipping... Oh no, we don't want to look round there. Which way do I want her to go? I want her to go that way and out, ideally, because I've cleared that. And we can influence that by going near her and off to one side. Ideally... No, she's going anyway. Now, we haven't got many enemies to deal with here. So rather than prioritising her, we're going to chase her. We're going to stay near her. Ugh. Wish I'd dealt with these earlier. Right, so this changes things. So now we're going to use some resources. We shouldn't be in this situation, but we are, and we're going to make do. Oh, this is getting real bad. So, anyone anxious? No, I don't. Now, if we're lucky, no, we might be able to convince her to stay here. And convince him to stay there. And then what I'd like to do... So that was my own fault. That all got a little bit messy. I mean, technically still is messy. But that all got a little bit messy because I didn't clear enough of what was around me. But there are times when you can clear too much of what's around you, and you end up not just costing yourself the orphan, but also costing yourself points and resources. Oh, don't be a dick. You've got to be careful with her here because there's a lot of places. I'd rather just get her finished up because there is a lot of places that she can teleport to, and we could potentially lose her. So I'm not going to use too many more resources. That's a good place to end it, because we can now go and get the quiver. I probably made that seem a lot more dramatic than it was. If I had my bow in front of you, you would have seen every time I fired a teleport arrow and landed, I was smashing the Slow time. What? Say that again, John? What was that? Do what? So yeah. So what we'll do is we'll continue on. What we're looking at, 7% battery. So if we carry on to Anakim now, because we're at the fortress now, go into Anakim. We'll clear out all the fortress, and then I think we'll end it. Well, I know what you're saying, John, but hear me out. So I reckon we can go into the fortress, clear all of that out, get into Anakim, and then save. What do you reckon? What we at? 6%. I mean, it's doable. Definitely doable. Oh dear. I do try and convince you all that I'm a madman, but I'm actually quite sensible. It's fine. I know the capabilities of my headset. So remember, I've got an extended battery, and it's the genuine one as well. So we're going to use that quiver to get that. I don't think we'll use very low. There we go. Now I would be concerned. We'll get these because I don't think we're going to use any of our winter's bikes in Anakim's little fortress bit. And also, see, one of these days, I'm just going to power down my headset. I'm going to press the rest in sanctuary button and power down my headset and make it look like I've run out of battery. But yeah, so I've picked up the resources there just to save time. What you should do is go into that next section with those 5 winter's bites and a full hand of God, and go and do the fortress, and then go back and get the winter's bite, because you might have needed them. I don't think I will do, not for there, because it's something that I've done a lot of. Let's see where we are on the leaderboard, because we must be closing in now. Whoa, getting close to the top 14. I mean, with the way that I've been playing recently, maybe not. So there's Sammy there, look. There's good old John. I think that's Jeff Storms. There's that son of a bitch customer manager, Beanie. Sorry, Super Bright. Community manager, Beanie. Yeah. Camille, you dishonor your family. What is this? So yeah, got some work to do. Where's Mighty Fish? There's Fish. And there's Nicey Say Me. Right, okay. I think that will just about do it. Oh, I will see all of you up there one day. If I don't, then I haven't done my job very well now, have I? Because if I can't teach, I always look at it along the lines of, if I can't teach to a level where I can be surpassed, then I have no right in doing what I'm doing in trying to teach. And on that bombshell, I've been Silver Tongue Devil. Thank you very much for joining me in this stream. It's been fantastic once again. We've finished on our customary 2% low battery life. Anyway, thank you very much all for showing up. I shall see you in the next one.